Watch him at turn 2. He's had a nice exit here. He's getting the benefit of the draft. He's starting to sneak closer by millimetres, but there's aero disturbance through 1. Van Gisbergen is on the charge. He's using the grip. McLaughlin runs a bit wide. Here's a chance. He thought about it. Scott dives down the inside, slams that door closed, and Van Gisbergen must go the long way if he's going to do it at 2.
Now, the longer this goes on, the better it gets for Scott. Because if he can resist the aggression, he's got the run.
Watch him at 4.
He's got the run. He's covered him. Now, get a little bit of strife for that. The last-minute move like that. If Van Gisbergen dived there, there was going to be contact. He's giving him a little bump on the way out of 5. He's done the crisscross. He's going to get down the inside. He's not. He's covered. He's moved. There's going to be contact. There is. A little bump on the way into 6.
And Lowndes is right there. Lowndes is there.
Oh,
Winkup's there.
He's giving me a big hit.
He's giving him a fair whack. It's on at Sydney Motorsport Park. McLaughlin's only barely got the lead from Van Gisbergen. They're boxing on at turn 8. Lowndes is there. Winkup is there. There's nothing across the top 4. Shades of 2017 when these two got together here last year. It's repeat cycle 2018 style.
That was massive. On the way up the Corporate Hill there, he gave him a hit and almost speared him into the fence on the left-hand side. He actually purposely got out of the throttle because McLaughlin was off. Gives him a hit, tries to fire down the inside. Scott moves over, so does Shane. Have a look how far to the driver's left, our right that they've gone. Little bump into 6th. Now watch this. This is up the hill to Corporate Hill. Bang! And he almost goes in the fence on the left-hand side. So the race pace for Winkup not quite as good as we thought in the latter stages. There's only 5 laps remaining. In the earlier stages, it was really impressive. He was absolutely going with Fabian and Scott. And now Van Gisbergen draws right back into his teammate. And he should be able to get him probably down at turn 6, or if he gets a nice run coming up over the hill into turn 7. You can see there, look at the balance, the mid-corner speed there for Shane. And look at the debris, the super soft tyre. All the marbles just off the exit there. Here's Shane. So Shane will be trying to set this up, run it a little bit wide on the way to the corner, straighten the exit up, square the corner off, come off the corner better, which he's done very nicely.
Send Shane through, mate. Send Shane through, please.
And that's the directive.
So, what for? How many laps was Jamie's response to the let Shane through instruction? And Jamie continuing the discussion, saying he's not going to get mostered in 4 laps. So, Jamie's going to put up a fight here.
Okay, race on, race on.
And in fact, now they've reversed the policy at the Red Bull Holden Racing Team. So a bit of lobbying, a little bit of lobbying can help your cause.
We're in the middle of an election debate. Actually, I want Jamie on my side. Here we go. He's made a little mistake coming off turn 5. And Shane, as we know, is always aggressive, but you don't want to be too aggressive to put your teammate in the sand trap.
Now, Shane fed it back a lower gear then because he was trying to get himself positioned to come out the other side, but he had to pull it back out because he went back to 3rd. I reckon he must have momentarily had 2nd down there then. Yeah. So, Canberra, take note, lobbying works. And Winkup was able to change the policy there. 3 laps remaining. Every point counts in this championship. He's been a beneficiary of that. Think Newcastle 2 years ago, Jamie Winkup. He's not going to yield those points in a hurry.
3 laps remaining. Watch the body language. Look how much better, given the tyre life, that Van Gisbergen's car is. Now, he would have known from the last lap. So pay particular note here as to how much slide Jamie's got. Nice exit. He just actually contained the slide a little bit better than the previous lap. Now, does Shane dive? No. Did he fit it to gear again then? Yeah, he did. Look, it's in gear 2, so he's definitely done that.
Yeah, the problem with the early dive down there at 6 is it makes the exit harder because you've narrowed the line on the approach. It means there's a greater demand on the left rear tyre for Shane when he comes out of the bowl at 6. 2 to go. This is where the focus is at the moment. 2.4 seconds, the gap between Coulthard and McLaughlin. The Red Bull teammates are at it here at the moment. Chaz Mostert is sitting comfortably in third position. There's a question mark around how this one will be resolved. There's our race leader.
Well, it's all fun until someone loses an eye. Because seriously, if it is real easy to park your teammate in the sand trap here. So if Van Gisbergen is going to make a move, he's got to make it stick, it's got to be authoritative, he's got to get right down the inside and not make contact. He's going to do the crisscross.
Well, now he's gone the other way about it. So he's opened up the approach, Van Gisbergen, looking for the shallow exit. That's working better for him. So the narrow dive, he's a really smart racer, Van Gisbergen. He plays the game so well. And that served him well. He got another kilometre an hour or two out of it on the exit there. So now he's learnt that trick. He'll have another crack at that one. It's awesome, isn't it? I mean, just seeing these two somehow prevail time and again. McLaughlin on pole, Van Gisbergen alongside him. Row 2, Cam Waters equalled that performance in qualifying from the last outing with Jamie Whitcup. 32 laps, 125 Ks. Get set for Supercars to glow against the Sydney night sky. Jump by both of them on the front row, but McLaughlin just inches ahead on the run down to 1. He's tucked it down nicely. Now remember, he's got more grip available, Shane Van Gisbergen. He's got to go the long way, and he tries to keep the battle alive on the outside. He should be able to outbrake, and he has. There was plenty going on in the back of the pack. Now Shane's overshot slightly on the cold tyre. It was an invitation for McLaughlin, but he drops back into second spot, Scotty, and he actually gets a bit of a nudge up from Cam along the way. Waters has got the soft tyre as well.
And here comes lead on the inside of Fabian Coulthard also. I tell you what, that was a really good start by Scott McLaughlin to get off the line and actually beat Shane to the first corner on a hard tyre. We didn't expect that, but how was Van Gisbergen's bravery as they're all out exceeding the track limits. There's no drama on the first lap, but they're all out past the yellow line on the right-hand side. Macaulay Jones on the soft tyre there too, so he's coming through. So right now, Van Gisbergen, Cam Waters and Holdsworth all on the soft tyre. They lead the race.
There's a human factors story in this as well, because this is the first time, is the point that I want to make. It's different to the way in which the track looked when you practiced and when you qualified. And that means you've got to find your way again, try and determine the right place to put your foot on the brake pedal, where to turn in and how to ply your trade. We will see fireworks tonight. What a pleasure it is to shout this out loud. Supercars are back. And a great start by Anton De Pasquale down the inside. De Pasquale does a great job, but it is on. Will Brown up on the outside, makes a race of this down to turn 2. Will Davison in second spot, and these guys are giving no millimetres on the outside of turn 1. Neck and neck into the braking area at 2 on a cold tyre.
All four front cars, they started superbly. Anton has a big slide, they had a little bump. Will Davison actually got the best start of the lot, but he's not able to prevail. He's around the outside, in fact, he's right out in the dirt. Can he get down there outside and around Shane Van Gisbergen? He's going to try to hold that car there and then turn it on the inside of Van Gisbergen. He's dumped the spot. That was unfortunate for Will.
Unfortunate, but what a staggering recovery on a cold tyre to go out there and pick up all that grass and dirt and garbage, rescue it, get back on and only drop a spot. It's a minor miracle in itself. Our leader is Anton De Pasquale. He's got half a second over Will Brown, and it's on here now between Percat and Davison. Side by side into the right-hander at turn 8. Anton's checked out, then it's Will Brown, then it's Van Gisbergen, then it's this battle for fourth, Davison Percat. Repco curb cam, and then beyond the top 4 we've got Brodie Kostecki, Chaz Mostert, Cam Waters, Jamie Whitcup and Fabian Coulthard in the top 10.
What an even start. There was nothing in those front 4 cars. And as it turned out, Will Davison didn't have anywhere to go. So Anton turned in and Will Brown drove right around the outside at roughly 200 kilometres an hour. Superb shot on the opening lap. Sydney Motorsport Park, Supercars at night. How cool. a look at the numbers he's got going. He's up 16 positions. And he'll be able to get down the inside here too. He's parking the car in exactly the right spot. If you're looking for the crisscross here, he'll run out wide and then try to turn down and see if he can get down the inside of Goddard. He's able to do that perfectly, absolutely beautifully executed.
10th to 9th for Chaz Mostert, who started last in this race. Should have been on the front road. Bodywork irregularity.
Car 27, a 15-second time penalty, car 27 for a driving infringement.
Such difficult conditions. I'm actually impressed that so many of the drivers are actually managing it without too many slip-ups out there at the moment. We saw Kostecki and Courtney in trouble on the opening lap. We saw Shane run wide down there at turn 1.
This bloke's been the driver of the race so far. He has driven superbly. In these conditions with such low visibility, he's trying to get right around the outside. He's trying to drive right around the outside of Slade. Does he get it done? He turns it in. The inside of the road slipperier at 5. They have a big slide, so you can see there, the outside of the road for Slade was faster and a higher grip level. This is so counterintuitive in terms of the racing line and the way this works. But Mostert is driving this car superbly, and he'll get this done now because he's going to turn it in and run it on the slippery slide, and then as it slides, run it to the outside where the grip is, and it ends up like a handbrake for you. It ends up capturing the car. He's driving really well.
And he's looking for all those alternate lines out there at the moment to try and make it work. So he is blazing on. We've still got about half a dozen drivers to take their compulsory stop. The leader of those that has at the moment is Anton De Pasquale. The leader of the race is Jamie Whincup, who's also got the fastest lap of the race, and it's 58 seconds between those two drivers at the moment. We know that it's about 37 through the lane, and off goes Jake Kostecki. The sequel, and blasting away is Will Brown. He's got a beautiful start on the inside as they make their way to the apex down here, but ranging up on the outside very quickly is Whincup. He's going to give him a run for his money. Will tries to hold him up as high as he dare, and they have cleared off from the rest of the field on the run into turn 2.
The first 5 cars almost made the same start off the road. Is that Jacobson? That was really wild now. He's caught up. Van Gisbergen pushed Davison wide, and then Davison went wide at turn 2 by himself. Brody Kostecki and Cam Waters were able to grab Will Davison at turn 2.
That was interesting watching Will. He continued to try and stay as high and wide as he dare down there at 2 because he was fearful of Whincup getting up the inside at turn 3, which was precisely what Will Brown was trying to do to Anton De Pasquale last week, 7 days ago. Up the inside goes Percat. Does he make a clear run down here to the left-hander at Corporate Hill? No, he has to drop in back behind. Brown, Whincup, Van Gisbergen, Kostecki, Waters, Davison, Percat, Hazelwood, LeBrock and Slade. That's the top 10. Tim is just covering into the right-hander. In behind him, it's Fullwood. Repco curb cab. What a shot. Todd Hazelwood, Dunlop Super Dealers entry. He's tucked in behind Jack LeBrock in the truck assist entry. And those 2 leaders have skipped away slightly from Shane Van Gisbergen. Will Brown will clean them up at the end of the first lap with a nice little margin. He'll try to make him go the long way. 4 to go is the critical word there from Ludo, and the reason he says that is he wants to make sure that he understands that you can protect, be aggressive, cover, make him work for it. So he's looking to crisscross. Here he goes again, dives down the inside at 1. Now Anton will see glimpses and he shoves it up the inside. He's got him. And done. Oh, maybe not quite.
That was wild.
That was wild. Because it's a very narrow racing line on the exit of 1 through 2, 3.
And Shane didn't really do the crisscross with the proper effect at the last corner. He hit the inside curb way too hard. So he thought that he was going to be able to get down there, and he couldn't do it. As it turned out, it was a little mistake by Anton. He just ran wide in the middle of turn 1. Now, whether he got a little bump or not, I'm not sure. And the cool bit about this, folks, is there's 14 laps remaining. No fuel dramas at all now. They've all got relatively fresh tyres on them, and it is a dead set sprint to the finish. So don't worry about any of the strategy stuff. It's just game on.
Restart, green flag. We're into it, and it's a sprint race to the end. Let's see whether or not this can be done cleanly. Brody's got a good jump as they dive into 1. Thirteen remain. Will Brown, position 3. He's having a bit of a look. Mostert sneaks to the inside to try and put a move on LeBrock. Jack's onto him and just covers down the inside there at 2. Brody's got a handy margin. It just gives him enough cushion to be able to put the car on the ideal line and not have to cover. Mostert down the inside and contact. The right-hander at 4. Mostert and LeBrock. Jack's out of space and Chaz makes a decent move. And on the restart, Brody's gone faster in the first sector than we've seen in the whole race. 0.6 of a second, according to the computer, is the margin. So Mostert now up to 4th. And some bump and grind in that process. Van Gisbergen's made another move. He's up now into position number 6 over Pi. You can see him becoming a factor in the background here as well.
And we've got to be careful. That you don't just go too hard too early. I know there's only 13 laps remaining, but it'll have a big effect in terms of tyre degradation. So you just got to be careful here. You've got to go fast enough to stay where you are or gain that little advantage that you just spoke of with Brody, but don't hurt it so much. Do not hurt it so much that it hurts the next 12 laps.
We'll get a read on their lap speed this time round. Our race leader just did a 32.6. Have a go at this. He's having a sniff. Ooh, that's a high-risk place to do that, Will. So 33.4 for Waters, 3 flat for Brown. And Will's got the eyes on. He has a look down the inside and try and muscle it. And does he get it done? I think he's up the inside and has closed out on that deal. Now Mostert want a piece of this too. He'll try and get down the inside on the run towards turn 4 with his old mate. So he makes it almost 3 wide down here, and what a moment as they run 3 wide through 4. It's a block of supercar action, and Mostert pops out the other side. How is that for an unbelievable switch around?
That was a really, really well executed manoeuvre. And Waters now fired down the inside of his fellow Mustang driver. Now this is really costing Waters, because as all this battles, he's got the 5 seconds to come off. But he's done a good job. He's fought hard.
Van Gisbergen could well end up being a huge beneficiary out of this, because he's now up on the outside of Brown, who's all tangled up there with Waters. And is there enough space on the outside there for Shane? Not done yet. 2 by 2 here through 9 and 10 is awkward. Shane's got the inside run, and he has the awkward hop over the top of the curbing there. That's that nasty bit of curbing there that's hurt a few cars again this weekend, and he ends up on the wrong side of it.